Oh, it's another special edition of PFTPM because for the second straight Tuesday, the Jets have given me reason to climb back up the steps and haul my butt back into the chair to talk a little bit more about the Jets. Jets. Davante Adams finally traded by the Raiders. Weren't they telling me over the weekend the Raiders might not trade him after all? Wasn't Shefty saying the Raiders might not trade him? Look, I said it at the time. I wrote it at the time. Hadn't had a chance to talk about it here. That's what you do when you have no leverage. When you aren't able to set up a tug of war between multiple teams to keep outbidding each other to the point where you just sit back and you wait for the best offer. When you only have one team that's interested, that's seriously interested, the only way you pump up their best offer is to act like, we'll just keep him. And I've used that example in the past. You know, if I'm looking to sell my house, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to sell it, and somebody wants to buy it, if I say, I'll just keep it, that puts pressure on the buyer to offer more. Now, how credible is, I'm just going to keep it? It wasn't credible at all to me, but all you have to do is fool the Jets. More specifically, all you have to do is fool Ambassador Ready, Fire, Aim. There's a nickname in there somewhere that maybe we can use. Maybe put it on a t-shirt. Ambassador Ready, Fire, Aim, and off you go. So the Jets get Davante Adams, reportedly for a conditional third-round pick that can become that second-round pick they've coveted based on performance. And you never know what the performance triggers are. He might have to win NFL MVP to have that third-round pick go to a second-round pick. There's a lot of fugazi stuff that happens just to make people look better because too many people are caught up in form over substance. And we got our second round. No, you didn't get your second round pick. But so we'll see. We'll see what the triggers are to get the Jets to have to give up the second round pick. I got my dysfunctional team screwed up there. The Raiders are the ones that wanted to be able to say they got the second round pick. The Jets are the ones that might have to give one. He'd have to probably do something spectacular for the Jets to owe the second round pick. So, the guy who had no opinion last week on the firing of Robert Saleh, he wanted Davante Adams, and he got Davante Adams. Aaron Rodgers is still the de facto GM of the New York Jets. And the question becomes, what does this mean for the depth chart? They were talking last night how they wanted to get Xavier Gibson on the field, undrafted free agent in 2023. Well, he isn't on the field as much as Aaron Rodgers would like because you got Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, and Mike Williams. I got a feeling Mike Williams is the odd man out. I got a feeling we're going to hear soon. Per sources, the Jets are open to trade conversations involving Mike Williams because Williams is out of the trust tree. He dropped a pass last night, and then he ran the wrong route, and Rodgers called him out. Even though, as Devin McCourty said on PFT Live, it was Rodgers' fault to not just throw the ball toward the red line, as Rodgers referred to it, and Devin explained that that's kind of an imaginary line that's actually on the practice field that is an area where the receivers will target. So I think Williams is done. If he's still on the team, he's going to be on the bench. And the question becomes, how far down the depth chart do you put a guy without having him play special teams? If you're WR4 for the Jets, is that high enough to avoid special teams? I don't know. Each team's different. You've got Wilson, Adams, and Lazard. And really, who's one, who's two, who's three? Lazard caught the Hail Mary last night. Lazard caught that back hip throw, as Devin McCourty called it, that went through the keyhole. He's the one who's got the maximum trust so far in Aaron Rodgers. Now comes BFF number one to go along with BFF number two, and Garrett Wilson's got to be wondering, what the hell about me? What about me? What the hell about me? Close enough. The Jets maybe get a bump from this, but you got to ask yourself, does this make them a Super Bowl contender? No. It makes a fringe playoff contender into a playoff contender. I don't think it means that the Jets are going to be a team that can beat the Ravens, the Chiefs or the Texans in the postseason. Last night, we saw vintage Aaron Rodgers, and it still wasn't enough to beat the Bills at home. So I'm just not sure Davante Adams is the guy that he was a couple of years ago. I asked someone back when the Davante Adams trade talk started, is he still an A-list player? And I was told by this person who wasn't in the Davante Adams chase, B+. Maybe that's a little too ambitious. We'll see. We'll see. There's only one football. You got Breece Hall, you got Braylon Allen, you got Garrett Wilson, you got Allen Lazard, and now you have Davante Adams. How will that Jets offense look? Especially because they just told us this weekend, Glazer on Fox, run-focused offense. Oh, let's add Davante Adams. Is he playing running back? So, hey, it's fun to watch, and we'll see. It might be fun for the Jets and their fans to see how this plays out with Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers together again. We saw it coming in the offseason, maybe, and then Adams said, I'm perfectly happy where I am. There's a fresh slate. That was his term for the Raiders. That fresh slate got sour quickly, and now, just when they were trying to get us to believe they might not trade him, which I always believed was a load of crap, the Raiders have traded him, the Jets have him, and the Jets move forward on Sunday night in Pittsburgh on NBC and Peacock. We'll see if Davante Adams is healthy enough from his hamstring injury or his hamstring injury to even play and make his debut in Pittsburgh. Hopefully he is, because it'll make for a better game as the Jets try to avoid falling to 2-5 if they should lose to the Steelers. We'll continue to update you at ProFootballTalk.com, and hey, maybe next Tuesday or sooner than that, the Jets will give me reason to come back up here and do another special edition of PFTPM. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.